Julie mentioned the amazing resources that we have available on YouTube, and that is really because of the amazing generosity that our leaders have, and that, how many of you have taken advantage of watching YouTube videos to build a business? Well, next up we have who we like to call the premier queen of YouTube, Miss Julie David. Amazingly consistent business between retailing and sponsoring. You saw her on the stage last night as one of your top 5 point earners. Please give a warm welcome to Julie David.
I don't like to stand behind the podium, so can you all hear me okay? All right, so I'm going to talk to you today about sponsoring. And I think as a room full of designer leadership, we all know that having a consistent sponsoring business is very important. But how do we keep that consistency going? And maybe even more importantly, how do we help the girls on our team keep their sponsoring consistent throughout the year? Well, I think it takes 4 components, and all 4 are essential. You can't just do 3, you need to do all 4. So first is activity, second is passion, third is sharing, and 4th is follow-up. So let's talk about activity. If you want to be sponsoring consistently, you have to be meeting the people to sponsor, and you need to be building the relationship. So you need to be doing jewelry shows. And if you want to make Designer Circle, you need to be thinking about at least 5 style events every single month. If you're out there doing these shows, you're going to be meeting tons of women, building relationships, and getting excited about your business. There's really nothing better than putting that money into your bank account, right? Or seeing somebody light up when you show them all about our wonderful product. And if you're doing these things, then number 2 is going to naturally come, which is your passion. So you need to be super excited about the opportunity that we have to go out and do this business and bless our family with the income that we can make, right? Isn't that fabulous? And we get to bless all these wonderful women. So we need to really love what we do. We need to love Premier Designs from the top of our head to the tips of our toes. And it needs to just ooze out of us, because when you're passionate, you cannot help but share all about what is going on in your life. Now, here's a question for you. Is your passion waning a little bit right now? You know, are you a little less passionate than you've been in the past? Okay, well, I have the perfect answer for you. Go back and do number 1. Okay, go do more shows. Because when you get out there and you show a lady how one necklace can do 4 different things, and her mind is blown, right, in the show, you're going to get excited. When you're doing more shows and you're making more money, right, you're going to be excited, right? I mean, that's fun, okay? You're out there and you're talking to hostesses, and they're excited, and that builds your excitement. Your passion is growing, and when your passion is growing, guess what? You're going to share more, and that is what is so essential in sponsoring. You can do all the shows in the world, and you can be super duper passionate, but if you never open your mouth up, it's not going to happen. How many people, I mean, it does happen occasionally, but it's very rare that somebody comes up and goes, can I do what you do? I mean, really, we have to go out and we have to share with people. So who should you be sharing with? Well, the easy answer is everybody, right? Everybody. Everybody should know what you do, why you do it, why you love it. They should know, here comes the jewelry lady, and be excited about it, okay? Because this is who you are. But let's talk seriously about who we should share with. I think the number 1 group of people that we need to share with are our hostesses. Here's a quick question. How many of you in the room were a hostess, or you were going to be a hostess, but then decided to be a jewelry lady before that show actually happened? So raise your hand. Hi, 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 hi. Now look around, look around, look around, look around. That is the truth. So if make a commitment to focus on your hostesses, your sponsoring is going to explode. This is what I do. I focus on my hostesses. Now, you might say, okay, I love to focus on my hostesses, but it's like pulling teeth. I mean, how do you get the information in front of them? Part of the time I forget. We're busy. Part of the time it's just I feel like I'm nagging her. Okay, so I'm going to tell you what I do. You know, coaching my hostesses is a big part of my business. I feel it's essential. I use a tic-tac-toe board. Whatever you use, on whatever piece of paper that guides you through coaching her, you want to have big and bold on there. So mine's the middle square. Watch the video. Now, there's lots of ways that we can share with our hostesses, our customers, and everyone else. We can invite them to a group opportunity presentation. We can meet them for coffee and share the opportunity one-on-one, which I think is actually the very best way. But you know, we can also utilize technology because it's simple and it's easy and it's just something that they can do quite, you know, easily at any point in time. So I ask them to watch the video. So I just remember to tell them to watch the video because there it is on the tic-tac-toe board. I use that tic-tac-toe board so I don't talk too long and I don't forget anything. So boom, oh hey, I need you to watch this video. It's really easy. Now, that's there to help me remember. But that's not necessarily going to motivate her to watch the video. So what we have to do is we have to bribe her. Bribes are very, very important in our business, and we need to really maximize them more, okay? So for years what I've done is I said, hey, if you watch this video, then you will get a jewelry organizer. And I buy them from TJ Maxx and Marshalls, $8 to $10. I did that for years and years. But recently I came up with a new bribe. I think it's fabulous. And it's only $1. Okay, so this is my new bribe. Isn't it cute? Would y'all want one? It's a blingy pen. It's got sparkles in it, and it's a stylus. You can get it on Amazon for a pack of 12 for $12, all different colors. So I take it and I show it to her, and I say, hey, do you want one of these? All you gotta do is watch my video. Oh, okay. And then you have to remind her. Okay, you gotta keep reminding her, bug her a little bit, to get her to watch the video. Now, if she watches the video, she's not going to get this pen. She has to let me do component number 4, which is follow-up. Just watching the video won't do any good. Oh, here, watch the video. Great. Here's your pen. What good did that do me? Again, she's not going to go, well, I had a question about, that's not going to happen. So we need to follow up with her. So I tell her, listen, if you just let me ask you 4 quick opinion questions, you get to pick whatever color pen you want. Okay. Now, follow-up is so critical. And I have a system for follow-up. And you can actually go to my website, joyousjewelers.com, password is joy. And under sponsoring help, I have posted my questions. They're so regimented, I've used them for years, that I have them in pic collage form. So you literally can text them to her. You can text these questions. It's okay. Because I'm just gathering information right now. I'm not even going to overcome objections yet. I'm going to talk to you about that in just a second. The first step of the follow-up is simply asking 4 simple questions. We're not going to have a discussion. Anybody can do it. I'm fine with you texting, emailing, just answering them right before the show, whatever. We're just gathering information. So question number 1 is, now that you've watched the video, on a scale of 1 to 10, what's your interest level in joining my Premier family? 1 is low and 10 is high. So she gives you a number. Great. No discussion. Question number 2, why are you that number and not a 1? So tell me something positive that you've heard. Great. No discussion. Just write it down. Question number 3, so why are you that number and not a 10? What's something that is your hesitation? What are you worried about? So she tells you, oh great, I've heard that before. Question number 4. Now this is where it changes up. If her number was really low, like a 0, and they give you 0, they're like, I'm a negative 2. Okay, I get the message. 1, you know, maybe even a 2. You just know when you know that it's like, I don't want to talk about this, I just want my pen. Okay, so at that point, you go, your question number 4, because you told her there were 4 questions, is, well, do you know anybody that might be interested in this, like your sister or something? We'll make sure they come to the show. Okay, that's it. We're not even going to go any further. But let's say you get a good vibe, or she's a 4 or 5, a really good number. Question number 4 is, hey, your answers were really great. Do you think that we could chat a little more about that right now? Because I have some thoughts. Or could we go and I'll buy you a coffee tomorrow? Okay? Now, when she says yes, which she totally will, she's never going to say no, I don't have time. This is how we're going to overcome the objections. Now, this is also a formula I call my 3-step dance. It's very simple, and anyone in this room can do it. Okay, you too, even if you're a brand new doer, can overcome objections. Okay, so basically what you do is you now know her objection. So I'm just going to tell you, and then I'm going to explain it. So the first one is you've got the objection, then we're going to overcome the objection, and then we're going to ask her number. And then we're going to find out the new objection, we're going to overcome the objection, we're going to ask her number. So it looks like this. So, Sally, you said you were a 5, and that you're worried about time. Okay, so now I'm going to overcome her objection. You know, I think we should talk about how Premier can really fit into your schedule, because you may have a misconception of how much time it really takes. So let's talk about your schedule and when you have time to fit maybe one show in each week, and we're going to have a discussion. Okay, so I'm going to discuss that with her. Then I'm going to ask her a number after we talked about it. Okay, so now where are you now? Are you still 5? And she says, well, I think I'm a 6. Sometimes I get, I'm a 5.5. I love that. And I cheer for myself. I go, yay, awesome. I helped you up the scale. But you're still not a 10, so I'm curious, what else are you worried about? So I'm going to find out the next objection. Well, I'm worried about talking in front of people. Oh, girl, everybody's worried about that, you know. And then you talk to her about that, and they say, so now, where are you at? What's your number? And you just do this dance until her number stays the same. And when her number stays the same, she's done dancing. She's sick of it. I'm still an 8. Oh, well, okay, listen, it sounds like maybe you need a little bit of time to think. Now, this right here is where we break down. This is a major place that we mess up, because we are so happy that she is an 8. We're like, call everyone, she's an 8. Until you give her a hug and you say, oh, I'm so excited. Okay, you think about that and I'll call you, okay? All right, bye. Okay, now what happens then? She won't call me back. I called her like 20 times. Is that too much? I don't know. When do I call her? Should I wait? I don't know. And so the dance begins, and you've all done it. You know what I'm talking about. So what you always want to do is you always set the time for the next call. Can I call you tomorrow at 4 and I'll see how you're doing? Can we meet for coffee on Tuesday at 2? Yeah, okay, you can do that. Now, usually she needs to talk to her husband, right? That's pretty typical. So here's what I do. I add another bribe. I will bribe her with something else. Usually at that point it's retired jewelry. And I'll say, if your husband watches the video, I will give you a piece of my retired jewelry. Something maybe she was even looking at. Or if you let me talk to him on the phone. Or if I can come over and talk to you both, I'll give you this. Bribes work every time. Use them. She's like, all right. And he'll watch it to get her that thing. But he won't watch it without that. And it's so critical that he gets the proper information. You guys are worried about doing a one-on-one. Do you really want your prospect to go home and do a one-on-one with her husband? No! So at least have them use the video. And by the way, there's lots of great videos out there. When you're sharing video, you can share Mandy's video from Premiere, you can share your upline's video, make your own video, use my video. You can find my video at WeLovePremiere.com. So just use something though, and it's just such a great tool to get the proper information to people. Okay, so that is the hostess. Now let's talk about our customers. Now I also use this winning pen with my customers. So I love to, for each one of my doors, I use a Facebook event as my invite. And so on that invite, I just recently started to do this. I post a picture of this pen, and I say, hey, if you watch this little video, when you come to the show, I'll ask you a couple quick questions, and you can take one of these pens home. So they come to the show having already watched the video. Now, once they come to the show, I don't want to be having to mail this pen out, okay? So, because I'm cheap. So I give them something I can add to their order, which is a birthstone charm, and they love that. So I'm going to show you how I do this. Now, it's very, very important at your show that you do a sponsoring activity. If you're not, you're nuts. Totally nuts. Okay? Now, there's lots of really great sponsoring activities out there. The one that I love to do is the Love It Bag. Here's a secret, little bonus of doing the Love It Bag activity is that this will actually help you to book shows. Why? Because they're going to get to know you better, they're going to know your story, and women love to help other women, okay? So, let me just demonstrate. Well, I'm going to tell you a little bit about this first. What you're going to do is you're going to put 5 things into a cute bag. Now, it doesn't have to say love it. I've just been doing this so long that I have this cute little bag. But it could be just a regular gift bag that's super cute, and you're going to put 5 things in there. One thing needs to be about the money that we make in Premier, and one thing needs to be funny, okay, just to be cute. Now, these other 3 things are going to be things that you love about Premier, might be the friendships, like a picture from today's activities. And you're going to share with them how you have so many new friends because of Premier. It might be handcuffs, because you're no longer handcuffed to your corporate job, okay, your 9-to-5 job. It might be a school bus, because you've always dreamed of being a stay-at-home mom, and now you can put your kids on the bus and get your kids off of the bus. It might be a little car, because your son is turning 16 and you need to get him a car for all the sports that he's in, and you're so excited that Premier is helping you to do that. It might be a postcard for a vacation you want to go on. It might be a credit card bill that says paid. You want to relate to women in your audience so that they can visualize doing Premier and why they would want to do it. You want to point out to them. It might be a piece of jewelry because you just love the product and you get it for free. Okay, so you're going to pull things out. And this is also really great because it's going to remind you what to talk about. When you pull that thing out, you're going to know what to say. It's your life and it's what you love. So it's really easy. So I'm just going to show you how to do this. Okay. Oops. Let me put it on this side. Sorry. Okay, so ladies, I love what I do. And I just want to share with you a little bit about why I love it. Okay? So first of all, one of the reasons that I love Premier is the money. You know, when I get to pull you guys together and share a little bit about the jewelry, I'm going to make 50% of everything I sell, and I make that tonight. I don't have to wait for a paycheck. Now, I might make $50, $100, $200, $300, but I make half. And I absolutely love how this has financially blessed my family's life. One of the first things that we did with our money 10 years ago when I started in Premier was we bought a car. You know, we were a 1-car family for an entire year. Try putting your little baby and 2 toddlers in Pittsburgh winter in the car at 6:30 in the morning to drive your husband to the parking ride. Now, that was my husband's favorite year of his entire life because his love language is quality time, but me, not so much. Okay? I love that we were able to get a car. Now, another thing that I love about Premier is the flexibility. You know, over the last 10 years, my children, I have 2 dyslexic kids and 1 gifted. So we have tried every type of schooling out there. Public school, private school, homeschooling, charter school, and now online school. And I don't know how many other jobs out there would allow you to change your schedule because of the needs of your children without changing your income. So I love the flexibility that I've been able to be the learning coach, I've been able to be the tutor coach, I've been able to do everything with my kids. Now, when I started in Premier, I didn't wear any jewelry. I didn't understand fashion. I am an introvert. I know you all find that very hard to believe, but I am. I lacked complete self-esteem, and so I didn't know what I was doing. So one of the things that I love about Premier, and I'm very thankful for, is the support. last reason I love Premiere is because God has used Premiere to radically change who I am. And now when I look in this mirror, I see the woman God always intended me to be. And so if this intrigues you at all, if you are curious to get some more information about Premiere, to pay off credit cards, to travel, to have friends, to have jewelry, to gain confidence, then I would love for you to watch a little video. And if you do, I'll pay you to do it. So if you watch a video, and let me just ask you a couple quick questions, then I'm going to add a birthstone charm from our Keep It Personal collection to your order for free, okay? So when you get your guest survey, you're just going to mark on that, but right now I'm going to pass out a little handout, and we're just going to pass it right around the room, and you grab one, and that has my website on it for you to watch. Now, when they pass it around, I can see who's taking it, which is really great. And now the key is you've got to follow up. So you're going to want to, from that guest survey, text those people that said that they were going to watch it. Just find out if they did, because I'm going to tell you, people watch it and they never text me. So you've got to do follow-up. Number 4 is follow-up, and it's so, so critical. Nothing is going to happen without that follow-up. So we're going to share with our hostesses, we're going to share with our customers, but we need to share with everybody else. I'm going to challenge you today to set a number of people that you are going to get to either get to an opportunity presentation, share one-on-one, or watch a video and follow up. It only counts if you follow up. Maybe you need to do 30 in a month. So you need a chart. I have a chart. Are you shocked? So on my website, under Sponsoring Help, is the chart that I use, and I put down what number they are, what their hesitations were, what the prize was that I gave them, if I offered them anything, so that you can go back and refer to that later. And you can count that up. And I also do a drawing every month for everybody that has watched my video and has answered the questions. They go into a drawing for the Blessed necklace. So then I can call one person at the end of the month and tell them that they've won that necklace. So if you start getting busy, if you start doing shows, that's going to build your passion. And if you're passionate, it's going to ooze out of you, and you're going to share with everybody. And the more people that you share with, you're going to have more people to follow up with. And if you do the work, you don't drop the ball, and you actually follow up with them and ask them those questions, then you are going to see your sponsoring explode. Thank you.